And we're back to Contra. C-Stars55 here, attempting to try beating the game using a Konami code without using a continue to get to the final boss. I'm not saying that... Yeah, what am I saying? I probably will get myself a game over, or a continue at least once. Maybe the stage right before the final boss, because that one annoys me. But, hey, I'm still new at this. I just got this NES replica recently. And yes, I said replica because it's not the original NES, because they didn't have any, and that's way too expensive. Instead, what I have is called an RES, which is almost smaller than the game cartridge itself, so that's definitely kind of strange. And I'm invincible! And I got rapid fire, and I should have jumped, and I just killed myself. This game can be very unforgiving unless you use a Konami code, like I did, because I am still quite easily killed, as you just maybe saw in the last video. No, at least I'm not as stupid as half of those Red Falcon warriors or whatever. And just so those of you that don't know, the point of the story is that this takes place far in the future of Earth or whatever, and some aliens have come crashing down, and years later they start to attack the human race and cause quite a threat. And I got myself killed again! And it's up to you as Bill or Lance. I'm still not sure who's who, but they both only appear if it's multiplayer. And it's up to you to try to stop them and save the universe. Until the next game in the Contra series, at least, where I hear they strike again, but I don't really know, considering I don't have that one. And here comes one of the more annoying bosses, the evil door of death, I guess. The hardest... I don't know what's harder, trying to avoid all of these little razors, or just trying to avoid these spinning arms, like that, see? Now, his weak point its weak point is its mouth when its mouth is open while shooting for attacks. And after you get, like I said, with the other boss, I prefer taking out these little sentry spots, I guess you'd call them, first, because it'll make it so much easier in the long run. Trust me. And now watch as I easily beat this boss. And next boss defeated, I go on to the second base stage, which I preferably hate these stages the most, but my most hated stage for sure is the energy zone, or whatever you want to call it. I just hate that one because those weird bursts of electricity or fire that suddenly pop out and try shooting you. That's the one thing I hate most about that. But this game is difficult, but then again, this was one of the first to feature two-player action at the same time. That's not like a versus game like Pong or something like that. So. And as you can see, somehow all my bullets messed up. And this is an NES game, so not everything's exactly the best. But still, you've got to give this game credits. I mean, it can have so many animations and sprites on at once that it still keeps on playing without any slowdown, and occasionally it'll flicker, but still, you gotta admit this is still pretty good for this kind of game. And somehow I managed to slip through that, but at the same time shoot them. Laser gun, good enough, but and note that this is one of my more hated bosses after this. Should I be able to get it? Or him, it, whatever the heck. Considering it's an alien, it's probably an it. And I just got myself killed. Thank you, extra life, even though you have no use. And I will attack. Oh, never mind. That's invisibility. Come on, run. Get to the final boss. Or, not final boss. What the heck. I don't know what I am saying. I am new at YouTube, so I do not have a clue what I am even doing. And continuing on to, hopefully, the last room. And what do you know, it isn't. And if you manage to line yourself right in the center, you don't have to exactly worry about those rolling bombs or charges, whatever you want to call them. But you're still going to have to be wary of the men shooting or tossing grenades, because it'll be hard enough to avoid all that at once. And here's right before the final boss, so... Yippee! Okay, I'm sorry, it's not the final boss, it's just a boss, okay? And I managed to get myself killed yet again! Yay! And there goes the power-up dude, which probably would have given me a good power-up. And like I said in the last round with this sort of thing, you might want to get rid of that shooter at the top first, but also be careful of these running alien guys. The red ones shoot at you while the blue ones try to jump down and jump here or whatever, I guess. And after you destroy all these, some sort of strange mother brain thing starts to appear and shoots bubbles at you, which oddly enough kill you, despite the fact that when you're younger, you probably run into bubbles all the time and end up getting soap in your eyes, so I guess technically that would kill you. If these were atomic bubbles or something like that. Now, I just hate this guy when the two of them are up there, because it's hard enough to avoid these double bubbles. Yeah, I just made a new name for these power-ups, and I got myself killed again. When he starts to turn red, that means you know it's about to die. He is about to die. And I guess I still have a bit of time left, so maybe I'll just try rushing through the stage really quickly. And I hope my camera does not run out of batteries, because it is currently low on batteries because I did not use it for a while because of the screen broken thingy, whatever the heck you want to call it. So I shall attempt to finish off these videos without wasting all of the batteries on here, because it says it only has 1/3 of its max battery left. And I hate those Gatling, whatever the heck you want to call them. But machine guns rule. And every time I try to jump down here to kill it, she, I don't know, it always ends up killing me. Because I am not prepared for it, and, ooh, power up. No, ah, screw you. Now, this game is definitely fun, and it's, well, I say that single player has its good points and bad points compared to multiplayer. In single player mode, you can easily just run around doing what you want, but in multiplayer, it does, ooh, extra life. In multiplayer, it is much more annoying, because you have to wait for the other person to catch up to the screen. And especially in that waterfall stage, should you get left behind, you'll instantly die should you be off screen, so that's really a pain. But it is cool to note that you can steal another person's life, should you run out of them. Should he or she let you, that is, considering how easily you can use lives. Like, I'm probably gonna lose... Oh, goody. And this is one of the more annoying mini-bosses, I guess, considering that... Oh no, I'm gonna die! And I die with a flamethrower. Screw you! Oh yeah, and be careful, because after each of these, there's pretty much one of these Gatling, or... currents, whatever the heck. So, be careful. Like right there, they're both going to travel. And here's another one. You have to fight like 2 or 3 of them. And then comes the actual boss, or boss thing, so to speak, because it's not a living creature. Unless you count doorways as living creatures. Oh god. And with plenty of time remaining. Yay. Like I said, Gatling guy after every single one of these things. And I just realized that there are no stars in the background when you enter that. And look, you can see stars here, but if I fight one of those things again, watch, there isn't going to be any stars in the background. Oh yeah, and the laser power will be good against him, so if you get it, you might want to hold on to it against those tank guys, because it can really help you out, considering how these things just pierce through their defenses. But, unfortunately, we're coming towards the boss, the boss. And after that, I shall stop recording. And like I said, this is kind of useful, too, on this boss. But these UFOs are really the big problem. And you gotta wonder who the heck's driving that, considering how small it is. So, I guess next time we'll be moving on to one of the final stages. And crud, it is my most hated zone with 10 lives left. So, now I'll continue recording in a minute. So, this is C-Stars55 logging off.